effective, and that's the beauty of it. Of course, the entire, well, the concept of Sun Tzu is to win without fighting.
And they did win without fighting.
They beat the system without fighting, and that says a lot.
Then there was a need for the system to be washed away. Let's see. Let's use the word washed away metaphorically here. The system has to go away.
Well, it's a natural process of life that we need to review things, and sometimes these changes are done in unorthodox ways. But the fact is, other countries have tried it, and we saw what happened there. And it could have gone the other way in Gambia as well, but it didn't. Like I said, I laughed at it because I knew that these guys were professionals. And the Gambia has a small military force, but I believe we are one of the most professional soldiers in any country in this world. And that's a testament of that.
You've written almost everything that the Jammeh administration has done from 1994 to 2012. You've cited all the development projects. Among them, what will you cite as the most important development project under President Jammeh?
That's a tough one.
This is the interview.
Yeah, I would say the University of the Gambia, because I know the value of a university education. And given the fact that it had been, studies had been done where the conclusion was that it wasn't viable to have a university in the Gambia, at least not for the next few years anyway. Now that is fine, but if you're someone who can't afford to go out to the US or anywhere else to get a university degree, you don't want to hear that. And I was fortunate enough to be given a university education, right? And it's pleasing that shortly after taking over, that the new establishment set about to set up a university, despite all the odds and despite everything that was said about setting up a university. They actually did it. And I've worked with people who graduated from the university. At the bank, in agriculture, and these are sound people. They've had a sound university education, and they can hold their own anywhere in the world. So I think that alone is a feat that is worth applauding, because a lot of people have the opportunity today to have a university education that they would not have had. Yeah.
Let me take you to the area of health, which is so important, because somebody who's healthy cannot go to school, cannot go to the university, cannot go to work. How successful has the Jammeh administration been in the area of health?
We've seen the hospitals that have been built. We've seen the university having a medical school. We've seen the clinics, the ambulances that have been purchased. So a lot has been done in that.
Access to health itself.
Access to health itself.
The meager sum you pay to get health, to access health, of course.
A lot of strides have been done in that. But I guess, well, the one that we can't really dodge is the
university.
No, the treatment program.
Of course.
Because
the alternative treatment program.
Yeah, of course, there are people who claim it doesn't work, but then again, if you read the book, you will see prominent medical practitioners actually congratulating the president on his work in the treatment program, especially the treatment of HIV/AIDS. So I think that alone, again, is another feat. And given the people who've gone through the treatment, and who've come out and thanked him for
having been
cured.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so who is anyone to jump up and dispute that? I mean, Dr. Mbow, who is the Director General of the treatment program, delivered my first child. And I believe he's a competent doctor. And I believe in what he says. So if he says that this has happened, it's been done, it's been cured, tests have been shown, results have been shown, so that's good enough for me. So I think that is a feat. I mean, right now we've seen in the media in the last year or so, or the last few weeks, that cures for HIV have been found and all this stuff. So it wasn't such a big mystery after all.
Very well. And I must also add there that apart from the HIV/AIDS, it was the infertility treatment program, which has, of course, give rise to women who were deemed barren to have children. And of course, well, let me take you now to where you also slightly touched on, that is education. Achievements in this sector has put the Gambia among a few African countries on the Fast Track Initiative program, which is being led by the World Bank. What, in your opinion, gave rise to this achievement?
I believe the tangible results. I mean, if you read the book, you'll see the figures for enrollment in lower basic schools, upper basic. I think in 2005 there was 76% enrollment in the LBS. That's one aspect. Another aspect too is the management of the funds. I think the donors were quite pleased with the governance structure and the judicious way that the funds were utilized, which gave them confidence every year to increase the disbursements to the FDI. So that's a credit to His Excellency and the Ministry of Education.
All right, agriculture. This is, well, the President himself says that he is the Super Minister of Agriculture, even wherein he has a Minister of Agriculture, but he puts agriculture close to his heart. And today we have seen some calls out there, go back to the land, eat what we grow what we eat, and stuff like that. In your book, development projects of the Jammeh administration, you really delved well into agriculture. Let's look at what you have in your from where we sit now. How would you deem agriculture? You work at the agriculture ministry as well, so you can tell us exactly where the president wants agriculture to go to.
Well, agriculture again has moved on. Just a week or so ago, we launched.
Do you have a farm, by the way?
Do I have a
farm?
Yes.
Oh, good. I will look for mine as well. I haven't heard about Jones the farmer anyway, but I'm going to think about it.
Yeah, I do have a farm.
Go on.
Yeah, there's we just launched a $64 million NEMA project, which is basically targeting women and youth in the rice and horticulture value chains. Now, this is the biggest ever project in agriculture. We have another project in the pipeline this year, which is the Food and Agriculture Sector Development Project. That is for $28 million. And next week, we have another project that we're discussing with the World Bank, which is for $60 million. And this is apart from other projects that are also coming in the pipeline. But I think the NEMA came about from His Excellency's intervention. He wanted a large project that would meet economies of scale and reach a critical mass that would achieve effective results. So we're doing away with the $9 million projects, which really, by the time they were finished, couldn't do much. So it's just thinking of the sky is the limit, you know. And very soon, I'm sure we'll be talking about a $100 million agriculture project. We've seen the tractors that have been given out, the mechanization. Last year, or 2 years back, there was a food crisis, the drought. But